Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum PokéRadar FateLocke. In the last episode, we explored the surrounding areas of Eterna City, heading west over to this area, the north part of Route 205 that we didn't explore, catching ourselves a Wurmple. So our catching luck started off phenomenally, as one would imagine from catching a Wurmple. Then we headed east to Mount Coronet. And we got a decent Pokemon. We got a Meditite, which was pretty tight because you can also find Meditite over here on Route 211. And to my surprise, shock and awe after running into a Meditite over here, which was great because we got one in the Mount Coronet. We didn't get one, which is why I went to Mount Coronet first. And then we caught our first PokéRadar Pokemon of the series, a Tyrogue, which is amazing, as one can imagine. It's what I've been wanting, it's what I've been talking about for a couple of episodes, and I was lucky enough to actually snag one. And in this episode, the only thing left for us to do, other than go to the underground, which I guess I'll probably save for next episode probably, I don't know, is to take on the second gym leader of the game. We have one badge, and that's Rourke's badge. I forgot they get dirty, that's right. Our coal badge is very dirty. That's an unfortunate thing. We should polish our little poor coal badge here, make it better. Huey didn't die for nothing. Gotta polish it. In his goodwill, of course. Make it all sparkly, so when we get this episode's badge, if we get this episode's badge, you know, we could wipe. That's a joke, of course. It's not possible. So, better watch myself. Don't want to get too cocky now. You know how that ends up. Huey. Anyways, yeah, this episode, the only thing for us to do is to take on the second gym of the game. Versus Gardenia right there. And we're going to be doing a lot of training this episode, but I do want to go ahead and take on the gym trainers. So the team on the layout is still the same. I'm not going to move the team around until we go to train because I'm going to do a little bit of FateLocke shenanigans. So like I said, I could fill my team with Pokemon that are good against a certain fight, and then I'd have a lot of things that I could potentially get when I roll the die for a partner. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Obviously, I don't want Dimmadome or Goofy in the party for the gym, because they're weak to grass. So when I do fight Gardenia, they'll be in the PC. But when I train, I'm going to train everybody up because they'll be re-added, obviously, after the gym. So I'll, like, train all of these guys to 22, and I'll train the Pokemon that are going to be joining the team to 22 as well, being Oswald, the Tyrogue, and Charapgod, the Chatot. I think that's all I'll train up. I know I was saying I was going to train up Dorothy, but I mean, I don't think it's necessary now, not with Chatot. So, I'm not going to. It's too much effort, obviously, because I've also got to train Oswald to evolve into a Hitmontop, which means I have to attack EV train, which is going to take a long time. So I think we'll stick to just one really long Pokemon to train, being Oswald, and we'll go ahead and leave Dorothy for another time. Maybe never. She's our virus vessel. She's had a purpose, which is actually really ironic, because I know I'm rambling here, but I guess we'll talk to Gardenia to get her out of the way. She's just going to tell us she's the gym leader, and she fought a guy named Faith. Luckily, she doesn't have him. I've got him, because I need all the faith I can get to beat her. Yeah, I got to beat all the gym trainers to fight her. I think this is one of the only gyms in the whole series that you have to fight all of the trainers to actually take on the gym leader. I know you can skip some in some gyms, obviously. But yeah, the Pokerus wasn't just a one-time haha moment. It's actually going to have a impact. It's going to make training Tyrogue into Oswald possible. I don't know if it would have been possible to get Hitmontop with a bold Tyrogue without Pokerus, which is really interesting. It's going to be a struggle. I'll probably have to reset the game a whole bunch to make sure I get the attack and defense even. It's going to be a real pain. But it'll be worth it to use a really cool Pokemon like Hitmontop. And if not, you know, we'll probably end up with Hitmonchan, which would be unfortunate. But I mean, it's alright. Whatever, right? Alright, let's go into the gym. So I want to train up Charapgod and Oswald and all that, like I said. But there's really no reason not to just clear the gym trainers first here, because then I can just go train all of them to level 22, and then we won't have to worry about passing the level limit at all. So I'll put Woodstock up front. She should be able to clear through these trainers, no problem at all. But I say we go ahead and talk to the champion-making guy who I deemed to be named Don in Rourke's gym, and see what he has to say. He's like, hey there, how's it going, champ to beat? Actually, that's what I said to some boy earlier who zipped in here. Why would you say that to Faith? I mean, he's clearly not the champ to beat. He's more like the champ to beat. Wait. I mean, right now he is, because he's winning. Obviously, he already took on Gardenia and won, so we gotta pick up the slack. Wait, pick up the pace. You know what I mean. Anyways, the Gym Leader GARDENIA is a user of Grass-type Pokemon. It should be obvious, but Grass-type Pokemon really hate fire. Oh. I just thought of something. Charapgod is not a normal flying type. She's a fire flying type because she raps and she spits fire. She's literally the perfect Pokemon for this gym. That's the best joke ever. I was like, why are you talking about fire types? The only fire types we could have right now are Ponyta and Chimchar, which I had a Ponyta in the first playthrough here. Well, I guess that makes sense, but I don't have a Chimchar. I don't think I could have a fire type at this point, other than Ponyta, which I wasn't allowed. So, really, we need flying types. We got 3 of them. We got 4 of them, actually, if you count Dan. Woodstock, Dan, Charapgod, and Helamoth. We are going to be hitting these guys real hard with our wings. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just... Excuse me? What? I have to talk to you? You're real cool. You're so important. Last Cherie. I don't know. Just, hey, it's possible. She got a Cherubi. Yeah, anyways. I have to talk to her. She's so important that I have to speak to her first. She doesn't just talk to me. I gotta talk to her. It's like, you're gonna come to me if you want to battle. Well, that's real cute. Not that I need a partner, but I'll check. It's a 2, which I believe is Goofy, because Woodstock was in slot 2. Yeah, doesn't matter. I gotta get better with rolling the die. It does not matter, trust me. I could probably sweep this entire gym with Woodstock, which, if Woodstock hits level 22 before the final one, I'll probably leave that to fight with Charapgod or something. Yeah. I mean, I could get poison pointed, which would just be annoying. Because I haven't been planting berries, and I don't think I have any Pecha berries. That's not a bad idea. I might need to add one of those. I mean, Charapgod has a special attacking flying move in Chatter once she levels up to 20, I believe. So we won't make contact to Roserade, so... I mean, it's not the most important thing in the world. We didn't get poisoned anyways. I know there's still 2 more trainers, but... we can just go to the Pokemon Center and heal that. So I really like this gym. This is one of the gyms that was redone for Platinum. In Diamond and Pearl, you gotta go through like this maze of trees. In this, there's like a floral clock, which is kind of funny. It's like a floral clock on a flower bed. I don't know, there's something to do with that. There's a reference hidden in there somewhere. How many berries do we have? We've got 3 Pecha berries. Oh yeah, we've got some sort of berries. And the Lepa berry we got from Charapgod, we're gonna have to plant. I'm gonna call Chatot Charapgod until the day he dies. That's actually, ironically, something that could happen. You know, you always say that saying, like, I'll do this till the day I die, but Charapgod could actually die. So, I'll do it till the day she dies. Anyways, enough rambling. We've got another one. Her Grass-type Pokemon can dole out some serious attacks. Serious special attacks. Well, I'm glad to see that you feel your Pokemon are special. Chloe. Jenna. I know the name had already appeared, but I had my eyes closed, so that's okay. Chloe, like, who guesses Chloe? I haven't heard that name for ages. Another 2. You see what's happening here? Every gym battle, I'm gonna roll the same number the whole time. So then I'm like, let's put the Pokemon that I want to fight in that slot, and then I'll put them there, and then I'll roll like a 6, and it'll be the worst pairing option ever. I'm never gonna change my party based off of how many times I've rolled a certain number in a certain episode. I'm not gonna do it. I know it's, you know, because probability states nothing. Just because I roll 2 100 times in a row does not mean the 101st time I'm gonna roll 2 again. Even though, so it's like probability versus superstition. What do you go for? I go for probability because I use my head. I'm not a, like, okay. I play with my heart, like, I think with my heart a lot. Like, I'm you know what? No, I'm not. I'm an emotional person, but I'm logical to the point that I'm not gonna let emotions get in the way of an obvious decision. This is really funny. People are gonna ridicule me for this because I have done that many, many times in the past on the channel, haven't I? But I could save them both. Yeah, alright. Don't ridicule me. I know. I just contradicted myself real bad. But that's more of a, it'd be cool to pull it off. It's not like a, alright, yeah. I mean, I do use my heart sometimes. Because say I got 2 Pokemon and I love one more and I'm like, we could save them both. And then they both die. because I tried something where I could have saved one of them. That's like using your heart, not your head. But it's more so for me, hey, if I could pull this off, it would be super cool. So, you know what? I am a head guy. I'm a using my head guy, not my heart. I mean, you know, there's this, I look down and I see a audio file for a Sly Cooper song and well, soundtrack, and I just thought of the time Sly was like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. And it's kind of like that. I'm a lover, but I'm a hardcore fighter. Right? Does this make any sense? This relates to it in some way, like lover and fighter and thinking with your head or your heart. Wear your heart on your sleeve. I feel like this could be a really bad romance song. Hey, I don't have to train Woodstock. Yes! How hype is that? Wait, Angela? I could have guessed that. I forgot to guess the name. I'm so disappointed. I bet you guys anything. The next trainer I fight, I'll guess their name correctly. Betcha it's gonna be Gardenia. Yeah, that'll be the next trainer I fight because there are no more trainers to fight. I fought everybody I can fight up until this point. Meaning the only trainer standing between me and the rest of this adventure is this lady right here, Gardenia. But we're not fighting her yet. We gotta do some training. I gotta get everybody that I'm gonna use to the level limit on screen of 22. And all of the Pokemon that I'm also going to use after the gym because might as well get it done now rather than after, just so it's one training montage, of course. You guys know how it is. So I'm planning on using, I guess we'll go to the PC in here to figure this out. So for the gym, I don't want to use Dimmadome or Goofy. I want to set them out because they're weak to grass. But I don't want to change the layout until after training. The layout's not going to change a whole bunch while I'm training. It's going to be what I'm going to use for the gym, I guess. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, like, I'll train Dimmadome and Goofy, but they're not going to be on the layout. I'm going to change them out now. So I'm going to use Trap God. Yeah. In place of Goofy. And Oswald in place of Dimmadome. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. But we'll do these guys afterwards, so I put these two on the layout now, basically. Because they're what I'm going to be using over Dimmadome and Goofy. But while training, I'm not going to swap them all around. That's just annoying to edit while training. To edit the layout while training is a hassle. And normally I don't have to because, like, normally training montages, I just have, like, a big screen. But for this series, I didn't. I did it differently, so yeah, Trap God and Oswald are on the layout because I'm going to be using them. And as for evolutions, nobody should be evolving except for Oswald. Yeah, nobody evolves except for Oswald. So I'll show that at the end of training like I did last time. I'll cut it out and show it at the end. This could be a big hassle here. I got to EV train Oswald. I got to spread PokéRust to him too. I got a lot to do here. So yeah, Woodstock isn't going to be moved from the layout because this is just for training purposes, but I gotta spread PokéRust. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this training here. Layout's not gonna be touched. Don't worry about it. So, with that being said, I have to get everybody on the team. Who's got PokéRust here? Yeah, just the virus vessel. All right. So we're gonna take out Dorothy, and I need to spread it to Oswald. Yeah, I'll do this. This is all gonna be done training. The party's gonna be moved around so much. Pokemon on the layout are the Pokemon that are actually going to be used in the gym in this episode. It's going to be kind of messy moving the layout around when I have to train several Pokemon, like more than 6 in this series, because that's going to happen probably quite a bit, I would imagine, if I try to do things with the FateLocke, you know, use Pokemon that I normally wouldn't use just to have a better roll chance, if that makes sense. It gets tedious, so you got to train a lot of Pokemon. I'm only going to do that in this case because like they're already trained up. Like Woodstock's already level 22, might as well use him. And I'm going to be using 2 other Pokemon, so I might as well set out Dimmadome and Goofy. You know, it just makes sense since they're so close. But later on, I'm not going to train a whole bunch of Pokemon probably. Who knows? It'd be pretty cool. So yeah, with that being said, oh, we just locked eyes. Look at this guy. We just locked eyes, like stare into my soul. Where are you going? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and train, get everybody on the team to the level limit of 22, and the Pokemon we're not gonna use as well. So, enough rambling. I said that enough. I'm gonna train. I'll see you guys when I'm done.
La fenu venido.
Alright guys, here's attempt number 1 at Oswald evolving into a Hitmontop. I've gotten about 120 attack EVs, and I saved at level 19 so I can retry it based on how much I need still, or if I have too much I can do a little bit of defense. Hopefully I get +2 attack, +1 defense, and that'll make them even. Or +1 attack, +0 defense. Come on. Yeah! First try! Attack and defense are equal. And at level 20, for a Tyrogue, that means what? Oswald is evolving! Into the most unique of the 3, a Hitmontop! Very, very cool. The reason I went with Hitmontop is, like I said last episode, I've used a Hitmonchan on the channel, even though it wasn't for too long or too much extent. I haven't used a Hitmonlee, but I haven't used a Hitmontop either. Hitmonlee could be used in the inevitable Fire Red and Leaf Green Wedlocke or Nuzlocke or FateLocke in the future. But Hitmontop is a very rare Pokemon to see used. There's very few chances you get to use one, and I thought, why not take that chance? So we evolved Oswald into Hitmontop. Alright everybody, training is done. It took about 3.5 hours, which, hey, it's not gonna be like that in the future once we get to Versus Seeker. Even though I'm still gonna try and do some wild battles, I'm still gonna use the Versus Seeker sometimes, depending on what I'm training and how I'm going about it. But yeah, I trained everybody up, except for El Primo. I made a decision while I was training that I was going to have Goofy in the party instead of El Primo. I know that's not great because Goofy's weak to grass, but honestly I think Goofy would be better than El Primo against Gardenia if I had to, because he has Peck, which I know sounds really dumb, but El Primo would still be a Machop with really low special defense, and I feel like he would be destroyed just as easily as Goofy would be, and Goofy could do more, if that makes sense. So that was my reasoning with that one. Obviously, I did train Dimmadome, but he's in the PC because I don't want him to be, you know, able to be chosen when we fight her. So he's going to stay in the PC until we're done with her. And I did move around the boxes a little bit. This is the box I'm going to have Pokemon in that I've used or am using and just swapping around. So El Primo will be in here, even though I probably won't use him for quite some time. But I was using him, so he'll be in here. And these are all the Pokemon that haven't been used quite yet. And Dorothy is still our virus. Vessel still has Pokerus, which is great. And yeah, that should be it there. And the rest of the Pokemon, the ones that are on the team and on the layout, are the ones that we're going to be having in our party for the gym with these guys. So, Trap God actually doesn't obey us. I didn't think about that one, but we're not going to be leading with her. But if we need her, we're going to hope for the best. I hope not. Moth should be able to sweep Gardenia, no problem, but just in case, we need Trap God. She's good, and you know what is really cool? Yeah, Chatter. So I knew Chatter you could make a different sound, but I didn't think about the meme potential here. There's some really good meme potential. So just listen to Chatot new cry, because this is what I'm going to make Chatter sound like, and I know I could just scream into the microphone, and no, that's not what I did, and make the confusion chance highest. I don't know if this will still be loud enough, but I know the highest chance in this game is 30%, 31%. In later generations, I think 6 and onwards, it's 100%, but you can't make it funny. And in this game, you can make it funny. So, behold our beautiful Trap God's cry. Trap God! I know it distorts it really bad and you can't really hear it, but yeah. Chatter is Trap God now, which I don't think that I could have done anything else that would be more fitting than that. Yeah, this is the team. Trap God, Woodstock, and Moth are the 3 that we would really like to use. Dan would still be pretty good to take down Gardenia with. You know, not weak to grass, and Dan's just a truck, so if we need him, he's there. Oswald would be alright too, which as you guys saw in the evolution, we did evolve him into Hitmontop. And I gave him a Petra Berry, excuse me, just in case he ends up being pulled out and Poison Point from Fake Out. You know, it would cure it, which would be pretty cool. And I taught him Rock Smash, because he's not going to get his own fighting type attack other than that until the move relearner, where I can get Rolling Kick, Triple Kick, and Revenge if I want. Which all would take advantage of Technician. Triple Kick is really inaccurate, but if it hits all 3 times, the total power I would get out of it would be 90 with Technician, which is pretty good. So, it's better in Brick Break and such, so it's good to keep in mind. It's inaccurate, though. I'd probably just go for Rolling Kick and Revenge, because they both take Technician's boost as well. And Rock Smash and Fake Out do as well. These are 60 power moves, which is really good for this point in the game. Oswald's going to be great. I'm looking forward to using Hitmontop. I think it's definitely a good replacement over El Primo. I know El Primo was loved and such, but I've used Machop before, and Hitmontop, how many chances do you get to use one of them? So yeah, I'm liking everything that's looking here, so we're going to hope for the best. I'm going to go ahead and put Helamoth up front. Woodstock staying in slot 2 like he normally does. Dan's in slot 3. Yeah, I'll leave it like this. Goofy's in slot 6. So we don't want to see a 6. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, is ironic because think about the past few episodes. We've basically rolled nothing but 6 last episode, I believe. So I hope the past doesn't repeat itself. And ironically enough, since Helamoth is the Pokemon we're leading with, 6 was kind of his theme. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt us. But really, there's nothing left for us to do this episode other than take on the second gym leader of the game. Helamoth is our lead, and I think everything should be okay. Unless we really need to switch for some reason. And Goofy is the only thing we can switch into. That would be bad. Or same with Trap God. She doesn't get to obey us until after this gym. After this badge, she'll obey us up until level 30. Which is... she'll obey us forever, I believe. I mean, no, because Maylene would be like 32. So she won't obey us fully forever until after Maylene. But she'll obey us until, like, after Fantina and such for now, so... let's hope we don't need her right here. And if we do roll her, hopefully she'll obey us one last time. Alright! Let's do it. I gave a whole bunch of people items, like you guys might be able to tell, but I'll get into those if they become necessary. Helamoth's item is not the same as it was. And I hope it's the right item, because I'm thinking one of her Pokemon does something, and I hope I'm right. Either way, I can sit here and babble on and on. I'll only really know how this is going to go after the fight is over. So, with that being said, let's see what Fate has in store for the second gym leader of the game. Let's talk to her and get this show on the road. Yeah, let's do it. You kept me waiting. I'm Eterna's gym leader Gardenia, the grass-type master. When I first saw you, I was convinced you'd find your way to me. My hunch was right on the money. You have a winning aura about you. So anyways, this'll be fun. Let's have our battle. Time for the second gym leader of the Pokemon Platinum, PokéRadar FateLocke, versus Gardenia, the grass-type gym leader of Eterna City in the Sinnoh region. And first up is Turtwig. It's a grass-type level 20, and I need your help, Helamoth. She said her hunch was right on the money, so let's destroy her with a Pokemon that we found in the honey. Let's do it. Bug bite that Turtwig! I came up with that on the spot, and I'm really disappointed because a lot of people are like, that was so cringy. But hey, the bug bite was able to take Turtwig out in one shot, and hopefully it'll do the same to her next Pokemon, which I hope will be Cherim. It is! Awesome! Alright, wait, Sunny Day is a thing, right? No, I'm losing. Yeah, it's not. We're fine. I didn't roll! I know I said Lone Wolf, but it was because I was being all cute and stuff. I thought about it. A 3 is what I ended up getting. So, it's Dan. Dan, the Drywall Master of the Universe. I know I didn't obey my rule there. It's a light rule. I was just rambling and doing my intro and stuff. I'll have to make an exception right here. But I don't think I'm going to need Dan. I think this is going to be a clean-cut match. Because we're going to outspeed this Cherim. Also level 20 grass type. Bug bite it into oblivion. Oh, it survived. And it went for leech seed, actually. That's a move that I never teach myself how it works, but I don't think it's gonna matter here. I was really cocky against Rourke, and yeah, Huey did go really bad after that, but I don't think that this fight's gonna be difficult at all. I'm not doing anything status-wise. Safeguard won't matter to me. Bug bite Cherim once more, and that's it for her Pokemon number 2. And all that remains is her ace, her strongest Pokemon, her Roserade. Yeah, it's strong for this point in the game, but so is Mothim. Yeah. Let's do it. This Roserade, it's gonna be like a moth to a flame. And the flame is our Moth, who happens to be named after hell, which ironically burns, like Roserade's about to. When I bite it, it's gonna burn. You know when you get bit and it kind of burns? That's what's gonna happen right here. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to do here, so let's just bug bite it. Magical Leaf, yeah, we 4 times resist that. Unfortunately for Gardenia, we have a bug and flying type in Mothim. This fight is as good as done, because Bug Bite's gonna take the berry that she put on her Roserade. We're gonna eat that citrus berry, get to full health, and yeah, it's gonna take 2 more Bug Bites, but this should be over. Oh, the Leech Seed is still in effect. Because I did forget to roll, I am gonna try to do this without switching. I don't know. It was just because I was commentating, trying to be all cool. I had it in mind when I started, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have to switch, and I'm going to try my best not to, just so that's not even an issue. Yeah, it's all she's using is Magic Leaf. This should be this is as good as done, honestly. I can't think of anything that could happen here. The berry I gave Helamoth was a cherry berry because I thought she used Stun Spore. Which if she does here, that's the only thing she could really do to save this for herself right now. Yeah, she hears me. She says, are you saying something? You think you have me cornered? I do, because honestly, your Leech Seed just helped me win. Because you got yourself a little higher, so you didn't feel like you had to heal. But unfortunately for you, that's what you had to do. Goodbye, Roserade. Goodbye, Gardenia. It's over. Mothim at this point in the game is basically auto-win for Gardenia, apparently. And, oh, Confusion, really? Alright, so at level 23, Helamoth gets Confusion. I mean, I think he's more of a physical attacker, but Tackle's useless. Might as well get rid of Tackle. Confusion could be useful later down the line. Alright, Confusion has been learned. Very cool. I was kind of confused when I saw it. Tried to learn Confusion. It's a weird attack. I thought it would get Gust or something, but I think that's at level 26. Oh well, that's it for Gardenia. I knew it was going to be a joke, but I didn't want to talk it up like that the whole time going into it, because you guys saw what happened with Rourke. Rourke should have been a joke. It was sealed. But we were speed-tied, but I'm not going to dwell on the past. That's just what fate had in store, and we happened to get a Burmy that evolved into a Mothim. And that was our fate for Gardenia. Wasn't it hard for you to raise your Pokemon to be so good? Yeah, it took about 3.5 hours. But it was worth it because we get the Forest Badge from Gardenia. All right, I think the level limit goes to 26 now. It doesn't go too high. You'll see it on screen in yellow, obviously, but it allows us to use the HM Cut outside of battle. And Pokemon obtained in trades will now obey us up to level 30, so we can now use Trap God for a little while. And she'll give us TM86, and that's Grass Knot, which could be really good, but it's a one-time TM, obviously, because this is not Generation 5. So I'm gonna have to use that when I really need it, and I don't think I'm gonna need it for quite some time, if ever. But if there's ever a Pokemon that can learn it, that could make good use of it, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, who can learn it? When did we get cut? Did we get cut from Cynthia last episode? Goofy can learn Grass Knot. Very interesting. I know Monferno can. I used to always teach it to my Infernape when I was a kid. Yeah, I have to teach somebody Cut. I'll probably get somebody out of the PC that I'm not using, like Baniri, probably for that. But yeah, definitely worth noting there. We can now use Cut, which is awesome. And upon leaving, I believe we get an egg, which is allowed. I'm pretty certain, yeah. Right here? No, where do we get the egg? Do we not get it yet? Oh, we do it after we save the bicycle shop owner. That's right. Either way, I do want to end off the episode, obviously, but there is something I want to do before I end the episode. So, now that we have defeated Gardenia, we can now use Cut, like I said. Which means the next place we have to go to is the Galactic Warehouse up ahead. I don't know if it's actually called the Galactic Warehouse. I'm pretty sure it is. And by doing that, there is an item that we can get. So I want to go ahead and do that before we end off the episode. It's pretty important, and it leads into what we're doing next episode. So I'm going to go ahead and take Dimmadome out of the PC, and we're going to switch Dimmadome out for... Wait a second. Oh yeah, Woodstock, right? Yeah, it's time to say goodbye to Woodstock for a little bit. That's kind of sad. Yeah. I mean, Trap God's more interesting. Woodstock might come back, say, for Maylene, actually, because I wouldn't want to risk using Chatot, since she wouldn't obey. That's not a bad idea. We'll see. Yeah, maybe. You know, I'm not going to make any promises, but I still think Trap is a little bit more interesting. She's holding the Soothe Bell, by the way, just in case I do teach her Return, which I probably will when I get another TM, and I want her happiness to be maxed as soon as possible. Gave a Quick Claw to Goofy. I'll take the berries that I gave to some people. Yeah, people. What is wrong with me? I don't know. Training for so long and then going into a clip, I say some weird things and my voice cracks. You get sick of training, I tell you what. Alright, so I need to go ahead and grab out somebody that I think can learn Cut. I'm pretty sure Reamer would be able to learn Cut. So let's go ahead and switch Reamer out for... Yeah, let's go ahead and put Trap in the PC for just a second. And see if Reamer the Baneri can learn Cut. I would think she'd be able to. If not, I'll have to teach it to, like, Goofy or something, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, it would save me some editing time, actually. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and teach Cut to Reamer. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the item I'm talking about. I don't think I'll need Foresight. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna train him up for Fantina, so there's really no reason that I'd need Foresight. It'd be interesting, though, using, like, a Lopunny against Fantina with Foresight and moves. That'd be a strategy that you don't see too often. I mean, I still could, because I believe Oswald has Foresight still. Alright, so now we can cut in here. Actually, maybe this is where we get the egg, once we try to walk in here. Or does Looker come? No. Alright, yeah, so if we cut there, and then cut this tree up here in the top, right? There is an item that you might have been able to see over the past couple of episodes as we ran around Eterna City. And that item is TM46, Thief. Now, Thief is very important. I want to teach this to a Pokemon that is not going to die, because this is the only Thief TM we get, and in the original Platinum Wedlocke I taught Thief to a Pokemon that died, and I didn't have the ability to steal items for the rest of the game. So we want to teach it to somebody. I wonder if Woodstock can learn it. If Woodstock can, then Woodstock could stay in the PC with it, or I could just teach it to El Primo, too. But it's very important. I wanted to get this episode because I want to do something with it off screen. I'm going to go ahead and take Trap now back and put Reamer back in the PC. I'll probably end up teaching Cut to somebody on the team, actually, like Goofy, so I don't know why I did that. Either way, let's go ahead and take Woodstock back out over Dimmadome just for a second to make sure if she can learn Thief. I don't want to teach it to somebody on the team because I'm afraid they'll die, and then we'll never be able to steal things like a lucky egg or berries or anything like that. Woodstock can. This is tough. You only get one of these. Yeah. I'll teach it to Woodstock. Yeah, this basically means she's not coming back for a long time. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and teach Thief to Woodstock. Yeah. I'd like to teach it to somebody like Oswald, but unfortunately, it's just too risky. Is it? Do I dare? I like to teach it to Oswald. I did this last time, and then somebody died with it. And it was gone forever. Yeah, I'll teach you to Woodstock. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Double Team for Thief. Now, this means nobody else is ever gonna get Thief, but I can now use it to steal items with a Pokemon that's not on the team, meaning I'll probably have Thief forever, because Woodstock should never die if I'm never using her. So, in the place of the next episode, like before I do the next episode, I am going to be using Woodstock to get an item. I'm gonna be using Thief on Wild Bronzor in Mount Coronet. I'm not gonna record this. This is gonna take a long time, I presume. And there's really no reason to record it. I'd like to pop this game in my main 3DS, lay on the couch, and thief away for hours and hours on end until we get a metal coat. So in the next episode, when we come back, I'll have a metal coat ready to kick off the episode by evolving our Onix Dimmadome into a Steelix, which is going to be great for the fight up ahead in the Galactic Headquarters area thing. The Eternal Warehouse? I don't know what it's called. You guys know what I mean. Because then we can fight her Skuntank with a Steelix, which would be really cool. So I'm going to be doing that off screen just so you guys know. So yeah, with that being said, I think that should be everything. This will be the team moving forward for a while at least. Yeah. Alright, so with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Nuzlocke variants like the FateLocke, feel free to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode when we storm Team Galactic's attack on the building in Eterna with a newly evolved Steel Snake. Not Snake, the Solid Agent. Wait, Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear. Hey, Metal Snake. It makes sense, right? It's like, I know I've never played Metal Gear before. You know what I'm talking about? Our Dimmadome is going to have a metal coat applied permanently. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.